Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday's Wellness Tip. I'm Julie Crane, and thank you for joining me today. So today we're still working in our little mini series, Nutrition 101. So this is part 13 of that, but we'll be doing the second part to our topic on supplements. So we started that last week and kind of talked a little bit about supplements. And are they worth the money? And are you getting anything for the dollars that you're spending? And what to look for with that. Now this week, I promised you last time that I would tell you what the top 4 supplements are that you need. And actually, everyone needs these top 4. So, when you go to the store and you're surrounded by, like thousands, just this sea of supplements, how do you know which ones you need? And this, knowing what these top 4 are, can help you know which ones to pick. Now, the need is going to vary from person to person, and that's based on your diet and based on your activity level. So depending on, how good of a diet that you have, it can vary with that. But all of the other supplements are going to really boil down to a need based on lifestyle, genetic factors, and your times of high stress. So we really want to get to the 4 basics. And then later you can build in supplements that are specific to what your needs are. So the 4 supplements that everyone needs are vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and probiotics. So let's get started with vitamins. There are actually 13 vitamins that your body needs to grow and develop properly that cannot be made within the body. So these are considered essential. We've talked about that before. When we talk about something being essential, it means that our body can't produce them itself, but it has to be taken in from the foods that you eat or supplemented. So there are 13 of these vitamins that we need to get through our foods. And these include things like vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, and then all of the B vitamins that include B1, which is a thiamine, B2, riboflavin, B3, which is niacin, B5, which is pantothenic acid, B6, which is pyroxidine, B7, which is biotin, B9, which is folate, and B12, which is cobalamin. So all of those add up to the 13 essential vitamins that you need to make sure that you're getting in your diet or supplementing. Now, if you're missing out on any of these essential vitamins, then that can create disease processes to occur or the body not functioning optimally. So just consider vitamins are basically organic compounds that are found in foods. So while each one fulfills a different role in the body, they are all essential to life. So again, the body cannot synthesize or make these on its own, and that's why they're called essential. And we know that because we've been learning this, right, that because of our modern world and because of farming practices and the way that foods are processed and provided to us in the grocery store, that they do not contain the vitamins and nutrients that they used to. And that now, in order to just meet what's considered the daily allowance that is needed, the minimum daily allowance, that we would have to take in 27,500 calories in order to obtain the recommended daily allowance. So again, 27,000 plus calories. And think most people are typically on maybe a 2,000 calorie diet. So even maybe 3,000. If you're a bigger guy, bigger person, you might be taking in more calories. but that's a far distance from 27,000 calories. And we talked in one of the other things where I think, what was it? We would gain like 5 pounds a day or 3 pounds a day if we actually ate that many calories. So most people, even if you're eating a very healthy diet, you're not going to be able to get all the vitamins and minerals that are needed. So everyone really needs to be taking a vitamin supplement. So when you go to look for a vitamin supplement, what you want to look for is you want to find one that contains all of those vitamins that I listed above. So all 13 of those essential vitamins, that would be minimum. And that vitamin source is made from whole foods and is not a synthetic form of it. So again, oftentimes you can tell that by looking at the label. If it lists whole foods as the ingredients, then you know that you're getting a whole food vitamin. If it lists a lot of things that sound chemical and you're not really even sure what they are, more than likely they are synthetic. So one way is to find a good reputable company that is able to back up their claims of having whole food vitamins. And cost doesn't always tell you anything, because you can pay a lot of money for some boutique, types of vitamins, and you'll still find synthetics in them. I recently was helping someone look at that, and they brought over a box that they had purchased at one of the vitamin stores and had paid quite a significant amount for them, around close to $100. But yet, as I looked through those, I would estimate that probably at least 75% of what was inside those was synthetics. So you just want to make sure that you're getting a good return on the dollar that you're spending, and making sure that you get a whole food vitamin. Now minerals, let's switch over to number 2. So vitamins was 1, now minerals is 2. So if we look to mineral experts and proponents of mineral supplementation, they're going to remind us that when we lack the essential vitamins that we need, our body can still take in minerals and use some of them. But when we lack the minerals that we need, the vitamins are often useless. So mineral supplementation is very important, again, because of the same reasons that we talked about with the vitamins. The plants are just not containing the levels of minerals that they used to. So now, while our body can manufacture some of the vitamins it needs, not those essential ones, but there are other ones that can be manufactured within the body. That's a little different with minerals, because the body is totally dependent upon outside sources in order to get the minerals that it needs. So think of it like this, your macronutrients, or those things on your plate, the protein and the carbohydrates and the fats. Look at those like being the computer. And then your minerals are like the energy, like the electricity that runs that computer. So macronutrients, or the things on your plate, are great, but nothing's going to happen as far as your ability to pull out what you need from those macronutrients if there's not the minerals or the electricity to run the computer. So the computer can look great on the desk, but if you don't have any electricity to run it, it's not going to do you a bit of good. And it's the same with those macronutrients. You can take in the protein, carbohydrates, and fats, but if you don't have the minerals that are needed in order to break those things down, then they're basically useless. So remember again that essential minerals are essential in that they directly or indirectly provide certain functions to the body, but they cannot be obtained. The body can't synthesize it itself. So minerals are needed for supplying energy. They aid in growth and maintenance of body tissues, and they assist in the regulation of body processes. So there are actually 17 essential minerals. And these include calcium, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, chloride, magnesium, iron, zinc, iodine, sulfur, cobalt, copper, fluoride, manganese, selenium, and molybdenum. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. So now we know that out in nature, minerals are found in dirt and in rocks, but we're not going to be able to get our minerals by ingesting the dirt or the rocks. Our bodies wouldn't know what to do with minerals in this form. But we actually need the plants in order to transform the minerals into a form that our body can use. So when we eat or drink fruits or vegetables, we then have the ability to take in the minerals that were once in the soil via the plant. So in this natural form, through where the plants take in the minerals and then we eat the plants, the minerals are bound to an amino acid. So if you remember, we talked a little bit about amino acids in a previous video, and I had a string of pearls and told you that protein was like that string of pearls in the sense that a protein is a string of amino acids. So each one of those pearls represented the amino acid that was the different amino acids on that string of proteins. So in the natural form, when we take in fruits and vegetables, those minerals are bound to an amino acid. That's what the plants do for us. And this is referred to as being chelated. Now what happens is the plant binds the amino acids to the minerals, and then this is making it possible for the minerals to travel. When we ingest them or take them in, like eating an apple or broccoli, it makes it possible for that mineral to travel down into our guts, be digested, and then taken out to the cells. And it has the ability to penetrate the cell walls so that the minerals can then do their work that's needed. Now, when you have an unchelated mineral, then these are not absorbed by the body, or they're not even able to be used by the body. So unchelated would be in the form that hasn't been attached to the amino acid. So when we take an unchelated mineral, this can actually put additional strain on our body as it attempts to supply the necessary amino acids required for the chelated process. So your body is going to attempt to chelate the mineral itself. So since you're not taking it in a form where the plant has chelated it for you, your body's going to try to chelate it itself because it needs it to be chelated in order for the body to use it. So when the body tries to chelate that mineral itself, it actually overtaxes your system, and then it's going to rob amino acids from elsewhere in your body, and those should be being used for other processes. So it's important for us to be aware of that when we're taking a mineral that's non-chelated, that it can cause problems because it's stealing from other places within the body. And this is why you don't want to eat dirt, or you don't want to eat oyster shells, or you don't want to take a mineral that's not chelated. So supplementing with whole food vitamins and minerals is the best. So not synthetics. And organic chelated minerals is really a must due to the lack of vitamins and minerals in our foods. Synthetic vitamins and commonly marketed forms of minerals often create more problems than solutions. Only vitamins that are in the whole food form contain what is needed for these vitamins to be broken down and used. So synthetics, again, will literally pull nutrients from other places in the body because they contain only a portion of the entire nutrient. So when you're looking for a nutrient or a mineral supplement, you want to look for one that contains only chelated minerals. You're going to want to avoid any others that say that they have to have, or that they've added other ingredients to help you absorb the main ones. So like, for example, and oftentimes you're going to see calcium that says that they've added vitamin D to help you absorb it better. What they're basically saying to you is that this is not chelated, and so they're trying to throw some vitamin D in there to help you absorb it, but it really isn't going to work optimally. So you want to find a product where you can trust and that states that they use only chelated minerals. So again, Optimal Health Systems, which I've mentioned before, they have a great vitamin and mineral blend. And so I will include the link in the description, and I invite you to consider replacing what you're currently using with this OHS product, because I can guarantee you these are whole foods vitamins, and they use only chelated minerals, so that you will be able to actually get better absorption than what you probably have experienced in the past. So I just invite you to switch over for 3 months. Try these for 3 months and see if you don't notice the difference. Now, the third thing on our list, so we've got vitamins and minerals, and next we're looking at enzymes. And we talked about enzymes in the previous 3 videos. So I'm not going to really go into them here other than to mention and repeat the importance of digestive enzymes. We can get these through, we are born with a tank, but your tank may be low or completely depleted. But we can get them through eating more raw fruits and vegetables, not cooked, because once they're over 118 degrees, then it's going to kill off the enzymes. But if we eat raw fruits and vegetables and take a digestive enzyme to ensure that your food is being fully digested, because if it's not, it's going to affect your immune system and you're going to be inviting autoimmune problems. Now, OHS has a wonderful product called Digestion that I use for every meal and before bed. I've mentioned it before because I love it so much. Anyway, so I will put the link to that too, because it's such a great product. Now, next week, since we're running out of time for this week, we're going to explore the 4th element, which is probiotics. Perhaps probiotics is something you've heard about over the last few years, but you've never really tried it. Or maybe you have tried it and you really haven't noticed any difference. How do you know which ones to buy? They have some on the counter. They have some in the refrigerator, which is better. So we're going to go into all of this next week. So thank you for joining me this week. And just remember, you can choose now to start taking time for your wellness, or you'll be forced later to take time for your illness. Have a great week.